Hi, happy Tuesday and welcome to Tuesday training, I think is what I decided to call it. This is the first one, debut episode. So excited to be here because I've been wanting to do these for a while. So a little behind the scenes magic as people are coming on, tell me hi. And if this is your first time watching, let me know that. If you're watching as a replay, let me know that. All the things. So a little doing all the behind the scenes today and showing you how I created my latest video opt-in in 10 easy to follow steps. And so before I do that, I wanted to just quickly tell you guys the new flow of the group because I've been going for about 6 months with the old strategy, and I want to let you in on like the logic behind why I'm shifting gears a bit. So I've been writing a weekly blog for over a year now. Yeah. I think it was like, yeah, over a year. We'll just leave it there. Anyhow, and I'm getting a little tired of it. And two, like, I just want to be on video more. And I love talking and interacting with all of you. And I've noticed, like, after the challenges, we get so excited and we're so into it. And we're like chit chatting away. Hey, thanks, everyone. I'm glad you'll watch the replay later. Let me know where you're watching from and who you're like, where you're at in the world. I've had not enough coffee, but just enough to be like, da 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 da. So anyhow, I've been doing these weekly blogs, and I feel like the next evolution is really coming on here and doing these weekly trainings. And so it's always all going to be focused around my 4-part framework of soul, strategy, structure, and style. And I hope that they provide a lot of value to you and that you're able to get some strategies and be like, oh yeah, this is what I want to do next. So let's dive in. I see quite a few of you are watching live. So let me know if you have a video opt-in idea, because that is really step one, right? Is deciding what your opt-in topic is going to be. And a little context for us all too, so we're all on the same page. Why do you even need some sort of video opt-in, lead magnet, freebie? You want to be able to attract new clients to getting into your funnel, either into your sales funnel or into like your realm of the world. And you want it off of someone else's controlled platform. So, well, I love this Facebook group, right? I love Soulpreneur Speaking Community. I love my Instagram community. You might be on LinkedIn, you might be on TikTok. Great, you do you. But the thing is, and I'm experiencing this right now, is Facebook controls all of it. And so Facebook's really mad at my website right now. Not sure why. Can't find anyone. Like, Facebook doesn't have a customer service, but they've blocked me from being able to like post my website anywhere. Might have been the end of the world, but not really, because I use MailChimp and I can make landing pages on MailChimp just as easily. So you want something though, because imagine if your Facebook group got taken offline tomorrow, right? And like you didn't have any backup thing. That would be devastating. So really, if you haven't started an email list, that's your new number one priority, is to make sure. I like MailChimp, but the only reason I like MailChimp is because I've been using it for over 10 years and my account is like very grandfathered in and I get all the bells and whistles. So I know other people like Active Campaign, MailerLite, I hear good things about all of that. So you really want to, and I'm going to talk more about the technology side, but the point of a video opt-in and a freebie is so you have a way of collecting someone's email address and starting to directly email market to them. And so video opt-ins are really great because they build the know, like, and trust factor. They let people get to see you, get to hear your content, all of that. So I'm a big advocate and I help my clients build video opt-ins all the time. It's one of the things that we could do together one-on-one, or you'll start to get some clarity around it and get comfortable speaking and ready to go in Soul Speakers Academy. Enrollment's still open, by the way. But step one, coming back to it, is really deciding what your topic's going to be. And you want to do this so the way I came around coming up with like Speaking with Soul masterclass is my new video opt-in is really using the content that's been performing well over the last 6 months. So many of you know I do a throat chakra Thursday in this group just about every Thursday unless there's a challenge going on. I talk a lot about it over on Instagram too, and like the energetic side of speaking, tapping into our flow state, all of that. So this masterclass isn't particularly new information, and it's why, I sent the link out in the email because Facebook won't let me put my website address directly in the little box above me. But if you want a copy, let me know and we'll figure out a way to get it to you. The thing, and it's why I'm like comfortable sharing it with all of you in the group, is because you already know these things, and it's even I was practicing it all last week. So pick your best performing content, pick the thing that you like talking about, and pick what's going to be most interesting for your audience. And so the way that I framed it is like I'm sharing the 4 secrets of elite speakers in this opt-in. I'm sharing the 4 ways that they tap into that flow state to more deeply connect with their audience. Right. And then I'm able to talk about my coaching framework and all of it. So I would suggest picking a topic that you know is going to perform well ahead of time and that you've already established as like one of your content buckets or pillars. If you participated in the last couple challenges, you know what I'm talking about. So that's step 1, decide your topic. Step 2, start to plan what's actually going to be in your speech. So decide what are those main points, right? I did like a little brainstorming session. I have probably 20 tips and secrets that I could have shared around speaking from a flow state or speaking with your soul. And I picked the 4 that were going to tell the most cohesive story and set someone up to take that next step, right? Being able to speak confidently. Because the thing about like the way my sales funnel is structured is the first problem a lot of people come to me with is they're not comfortable on camera, or they don't know how to organize their message or know what to say. And so I can't really sell them on joining Soul Speakers Academy or getting on and doing more speeches if you're not ready to be on camera, right? So I need to get people ready to be on camera. So, and then start to feed information. Think about what is that for your ideal client? Like what journey do they need to go on to be ready to work with you? And then what is that problem going to solve? And so your freebie opt-in should solve that first problem for them. And thinking about it strategically then, because you come up with the main points. So this one was pretty easy to structure because it's the 4 secrets. So I'm just talking through, and it's more of like an informational, okay, here's information, here's an action you can take. Here's information, here's an action you can take. Also think through what stories you want to share to support the points and like build closeness with your audience. You want something you want to share stories that are like personal to you, some client transformation stories. The July challenge is going to be all about storytelling. So if you're interested, let me know and I'll send you the information. It should be up in the group in the next day or 2. But main points, figuring out what stories, and then also the why. Why do they need to care about this topic? And what are the benefits of learning it, right? And those benefits will go in the introduction part before you dive in and share the information. And you'll also do a little like introduction to yourself at the beginning too. Let me know if this is making sense as you're watching it live, when you're catching the replay. So step 1, decide your topic. Step 2, plan your content. Step 3, practice it. So all last week, I did that 4-part masterclass on Speaking with Soul here in the group that was really practice for recording and refining my final masterclass opt-in. So I moved things around some. Let me start to share my screen with you all. So here's the landing page, but in a second, so here's my script and what I had going on with it. I always forget to make it a little bit bigger so you can see it, right? We've got the introduction, a little bit about myself, and then transitioning to the first way, the second way, the third way, the fourth way, and then I ended with a meditation was like the fourth way of finding flow state. So I did the conclusion before the meditation because you never want to like do a meditation and then have everyone all zenned out and be like, oh, here's all this other information that you need to know too. So always do the meditation part at the end. So what I was saying though is about practicing it. So the other day I talked a lot in the group about being of service to your audience was really the first way. And after I got done with that live, one, I loved it. I was like, yeah, I was on fire. I've got this story to tell, this story to tell, this one, the whole thing. But I also realized that there's more mindset shifts that have to happen to be able to speak and flow rather than just this one of like being in service, right? You have to be making friends with your nerves and not trying to overcome it. You have to have a growth mindset. Then you can really approach it from this place of service and be at a point of surrendering it, right? And like letting it all go. And so you can see, like, by practicing, I was like, oh, yeah, like I know I'm on target here, but we need a little bit wider picture. And then I also got a good idea for how the pieces could flow together. So you can totally practice the parts of your masterclass and other content that you're making. And I'm going to keep talking about all of this stuff for the next 6 months. And it just builds your content. Like, it's great to be repetitive. And all of you that are watching this now, I'll have a whole bunch of more new people in 3 months, in 6 months that are going to be like, oh, right, okay, what's this? I haven't heard about this before, right? So you've got to have like these greatest hits and greatest stories to come back to. And that's where step 3 of practicing your content becomes so important. And particularly when you're planning your video opt-in, practicing your speech so you know it, you breathe it, you've got it down. So I want to talk really quick about the technology side. This is step 4. And I know this is where a lot of people struggle that aren't the most tech savvy. So let me recap for you real quick. Step 1, decide your topic. Step 2, plan content. Step 3, practice it. Step 4, figure out the technology you're going to use. So if you're just starting and you don't have your mailing list yet, you definitely need your mailing list to make this effective for you. If you've got your mailing list all set up, you're like, yep, check. You need a landing page. Let me show you mine really quick over here. And MailChimp, just some way to get people to get access to it so you can type in their email addresses, and then an automated email sequence. So after you sign up for this, it goes to the video opt-in immediately, and it'll send you, I think I ended up with 4 welcome emails, maybe 5, forget now. And so you've got your like landing page that's connected to your email list. You've got some sort of automated email sequence, and let's see, other things that you need, like the website for the landing page. And then Canva works perfect for making graphics like this one. So I really like Canva, big advocate for it. If you haven't ever used Canva, get with it. Like, Canva's amazing. So that's step 4. And also YouTube. So I used StreamYard and just recorded it directly on my YouTube channel. I really don't like video editing, and there are some times when video opt-ins do need editing, and like you can do so much cool stuff with them depending on what your brand is and the image that you want to project in the world. That is how you decide if you need video editing or if you're just going to do it all in one take like I did, because I very much like off the fly. Like, I want to show you everyone that speaking doesn't have to be super polished and refined to speak about your business and to speak in a way that's going to get you clients, right? Speaking is just part of what you have to do as a business owner. And so let's make that really cool and really great. And then we can start to like refine it, right? So step 5 is actually refining your script, right? So you've practiced it. Maybe you've gone and done a couple lives in your Facebook group. You've got the technology figured out. Now you're ready to refine it and really like do what I did over here and think about, okay, what is the first way I want to share, the second one, the third one, the fourth one, and then that conclusion and meditation, right? And it did take a couple of times, right? Like I was like, oh, do I want the second one of stretching your limits for a while? I think when I was doing the masterclass the other day, that was actually the third or fourth. It was the third day because the meditation was still the fourth day. And it just didn't quite fit, right? Like you want to make sure that you're stretching your limits and then making sure you're cultivating a pre-speaking ritual. And that's just what made sense to me as I was like refining it and mapping it out, but you can argue it a lot of different ways. Step 6 is to actually record your speech, record your information, and like the masterclass, decide if you're going to edit it at the end. I'm all for one take. What I did is like, so I have this outline that's really basic. Like I did not type out my whole speech. And that's part of what's so cool about being able to tap in and speak from a place of flow is you're really breathing your content. Like you know what you want to say. So you don't need to spend hours and hours typing out the full script. There's sometimes when you do want to do that and you want it to be very tight and very specific, but video opt-ins are more getting people comfortable with you, letting them know what it is that you do, what you're about, and giving them some important information that's going to solve the immediate problem that they have. So what you do to record it, and then comes writing all of the different content pieces. So real quick, and so this is step 7 is writing content. You need a landing page that's going to have some like just sales language in terms of what this is, why you want to sign up, and a little bit about who you are. So it's like, you'll discover the 4 secrets of harnessing your nerves. By building this flow muscle, you'll be able to not only improve confidence and make speaking easy, but also connect more deeply with your audience to inspire change, right? So you always want this so you can, like the so what. What is it that this gets someone worked into your content? And then a little brief bio about you. You also need some sort of like marketing post. So that's what this is the script that I'll like, and the Facebook post that I'll share for step 10. But we're on step 7. So you're just writing this. So you want 1 or 2 posts, and then you want your welcome sequence of emails. So that's step 7. Step 8 is creating the branded images. You go over to your Canva, you decide what you want the graphics to look like. What is it that's like in your brand? I have like my own brand standards at this point. So it becomes so much easier once you've decided like what colors and what fonts and what your overall vibe is going to be. So that's step 8, though, creating those images. Step 9 is putting it all together, like actually getting your landing page up and getting the email sequence inputted, and making sure it all links together. So then the final page is this one on my website that's like, thank you so much for signing up. Here's what you're going to learn. We can see the video. I'll mute it. It's being slow. See? And then it's just me chit-chatting away per the usual. The other thing to think about is what is it that your next offer is. So for me, it's booking this free call, the soul strategy call. because, like you all know, my whole framework is soul, strategy, structure, style. So after you've learned how to speak with your soul and speak from this place of flow, the next thing, and the invitation I'd share with all of you now, is you want to figure out how are you going to add this into your business. So if you need help figuring out what your video opt-in should be, like what content is it that you want to share, how are you going to structure your speech, all of these different pieces, please book a time, talk with me. Like, I'd love to chat with you if we haven't done a Speaking with Soul strategy call yet. Like, they're one of my favorite things to do and would absolutely love to talk to you. I share a little bit about it, and then I link to my Instagram just to have some extra stuff down there. Don't forget, Soul Speakers Academy opens on Monday. Have all these different YouTube videos, but you see the point. Like, I'm just here chatting away, and it's like a 60-minute masterclass. So that is, and then step 10 is really that marketing step. So how do you lead people to your opt-in, right? And I do all organic marketing. So I use not only my own social media, and so you saw like the little graphic here. I'll share it one more time down here on Instagram, right? Like, I've already got it up. It was one of my posts over the weekend. I'll also be sharing that same graphic with this text up here in different Facebook groups. So whenever I'm not promoting my challenge, anytime there's a promo thread in the Facebook groups that I'm part of, I'll be sharing this and having people just constantly join. The next step is also to put it on my homepage. I keep forgetting. Right now I have a different opt-in up here. So if you scroll down here, it's just to join the Facebook group that you're all part of now. But I'm going to change this to be the landing page for the new opt-in, because how much fun is it? And it'll all link everyone back to joining Soulpreneurs Speaking Community anyways. So that is the 10 steps. I'm going to recount them one more time on this debut of Training Tuesday. And I hope this has been really helpful, because I know we don't always get to see the behind the scenes and like have someone walk us through step by step. Oh, like, this is what I'm supposed to be, not what I'm supposed to do, but what this looks like for someone else. And that's what I want to use these Training Tuesdays to do, is show you like the nuts and bolts of adding speaking to your business so that it's not a mystery, right? I'm all about demystifying the art of speechcraft. So the 10 steps, one more time. Number 1, decide your topic. Number 2, plan your content. 3, practice it. Practice. Do dress rehearsals. Number 4, make sure you've got the technology figured out, that it's all set up and going to be ready for you when you do number 5 and 6. 5 is you're refining your script and locking it in, finalizing it, saying this is what we're going with. 6 is recording your actual video. 7, writing all the rest of the content pieces, writing that landing page, the welcome sequence for your emails, the posts. Number 8 is creating the branded images and expressing yourself through the different parts of it. Number 9, putting it all together, linking the pages in, getting the welcome emails out. And then number 10 is marketing it, shipping it off into the world, attracting new audience members, and creating a sustainable sales funnel that's going to keep getting more and more people on it. So I hope that this was helpful for you. Those are the 10 steps. Like I said earlier, I help many of people create their video opt-ins and other speeches and content. In Soul Speakers Academy, it's also one of the things this time around we're doing keynote, like signature speeches is the final project at the end of the 10 weeks. The other 4 speeches are the foundational speeches that every entrepreneur needs to succeed, especially online service-based heart-led entrepreneurs that I work with. Like an introduction speech, you've got to have a solid introduction speech ready to whip out at a moment's notice, right? You have to be able to tell a good story. And what we'll talk about one type of story in the July free challenge, Soul Speakers Academy is going to talk about 3 different stories: your personal story, client transformation stories, and stories that like promote, I'm trying to think of how to encapsulate it, that really promote your services. Then we'll talk about pitching, like how do you describe your services? What is it that you're supposed to like say? How do you say it? Because all the time in Soul Speakers Academy, it's all about practice. So I do a training, show you the speech structure, and then you put it into action and you actually record it and do it. So it's a great time. I would love, love, love to have you. All of the information about Soul Speakers Academy, I'll make sure it's added here, and it's throughout the Soulpreneur speaking community. So not seeing any questions on the live stream. I hope that you have all found this useful, that you know now what it takes to build a video opt-in. You've got some ideas for what it is that you want to share, and I want to see them. So when you get your video opt-ins done, on Wednesdays is the promotion thread in this group. I would absolutely love to see all your video opt-ins. So let me know when you get it done, and I hope you have a gorgeous rest of your day. I'll be back on Thursday to talk all things soul and throat chakra, and have a beautiful rest of your day. Bye-bye.